Welcome to Artist Guide, where we'll be discussing this month networking and best branding, suggestions, tips from some well-rounded and well-experienced individuals. I would like to introduce myself. Hi, my name is Ysanne. And I also have a company, Ysanne Music, where we make sure that people of color and all people have access to the arts, as well as yoga practices. This I am with Ysanne as well. So as we start here, again, as I introduce you guys, if you guys can make your way to the seat. So first I would like to introduce Mr. DJ Bee, who is an amazing DJ, host, podcaster, interviewer, all the shebang. So thank you so much for coming, Mr. B. You can sit wherever you want. Oh. Anyways, next I would like to introduce Miss Clarissa Beth. I always mess up her name. Sorry, the Beth Hustle, so y'all know. Born and raised in Hartford, passionate sales manager and business developer in the real estate sector with over 15 years of experience in property management. Her lifelong interest is in communication, marketing, and it has shaped her approach and it has allowed her to excel in networking, creativity, and community involvement. And firsthand, I know she does a lot of work in the community. She's really behind the scenes, so I'm so glad that she's here today. And you can also find her little fun facts, exploring new destinations. I'm always stalking her videos. She's always on vacation. And enjoying live music at concerts. So we are excited to hear your insight. Thank you for coming. And last but not least, we have Klokwize, Hartford-born rapper, songwriter, and producer. Klokwize is known for his work with LA rap icon Sugar Free and DJ Quick. 2017, A Little Respect single, to be specific. It's been featured on ESPN TV networks. His breakout 2012 album, The Hit, that was a good one, co-produced by Dom McLennan of Brockhampton. And he is a 3-time CT Now Best Hip Hop nominee, won Best Music Video at 2017's LA Film and Script Festival in Hollywood, California, for his video Up Down with Angela Luna. 2017 Permission to Land album prepared clock for super producer, tongue tied today, Uncle Dave, Bruno Mars 24K Magic, to be specific if you don't know.
You read so much of that bio, God bless you.
No, absolutely. This is important though, because yes, I know you, but not everybody. But just to show. Sorry. Not like
the new one that you remember.
Yes, the newest project is Human on Earth is the album, and I am on Human on Earth. But yeah, so we'll get some more of your exciting comebacks. I would love to introduce our moderator for this evening, Miss Michelle Bee, and a little fun facts of this Queen Bee that we have with us this evening. As I get my list. Table. We like to treat with hospitality here. So DJ Michelle Bee is an open format DJ, a visionary known for her dynamic sets that blend genres effortlessly. Based in the greater Hartford area of Connecticut, she curates vibrant events and empowers young creatives through her From Start to Spin DJ workshop series and champions Afrocentric culture through her Afro Hours event brand. With a strong background in event production and hospitality, Michelle Bee brings a unique energy to every stage, inspiring connection, celebration, and creativity. Thank you so much for your time. Welcome. Sorry, I butchered some. Yes, thank you, Miss Ysanne, for the introduction. We appreciate it. Yes, I'm Michelle Bee, and I'm happy to be here with these esteemed panelists, Klokwize, Clarissa, Beth, do you prefer Beth? Clarissa, and DJ B. Davis. So now that you have a little bit of background in all of these folks, we're going to be talking about networking the right way today and why branding is so important, both in the music land, but also in just event land in general within our community. So, ladies first, if you'd like to grab the microphone, we're just going to be passing the mic around. But if you could please tell me, what does networking the right way mean for you?
So I believe networking, it's a 24/7 thing. It's not just a 9 to 5. It's also your personality too. So I do know it's hard for a lot of people to go out there and network, meet with people, especially if it's your business, if it's your brand, if you want to start a business. So I definitely think that networking is like 24/7. You have to put yourself out there. You have to meet with people. And it's not always just about business, but it could just be personal relationships that you're building. And you have to keep those relationships. So don't just grab them, but you have to keep them. And you just never know who you're sitting next to right now. You never know who you're meeting a couple of years from now. You're like, oh, I remember that person. And then next thing you know, you are doing a couple of panels up here too. Because it's a small circle, especially in your hometown.
Yes, I totally agree. I'm going to pose the exact same question to Klokwize.
So here, phrase it for me one more time so I can figure it out.
Absolutely. So what does networking the right way mean to you?
Oh, I think, like she said, we all ended up knowing each other. Me and Bee actually went to high school together. I won't say who was in a higher grade. We'll leave it. but other than that, like we know each other, all three of us, for putting in an honest day's work in the music industry every day. Like these are everyone up here is people that puts in an honest day's work. And like my main thing is to try to make friends with people when I'm out there. And like some people, when you're at an event, whether you're in the regular, like the front, the lobby, whether you're backstage, whether you're on stage, whether you're in the crowd, like some people are gonna be weird or distrustful if you try to make friends with them, right? But I like to ask them, like, how did you get here? Like, do you make music? What do you do here? And like, some people are gonna be odd with you, but the people that won't, that get it, it can make such a difference. Like that's how I met Uncle Dave that we were just talking about that works with DJ Quick and did a little Respect with me and a lot of big records. Dave's on the new album too, but like I met him at Quick Studio and we became friends so fast because I looked down and he had like Mickey Mouse Vans like printed and I was like, dude, those Vans are amazing. I have the Superman Vans or whatever. And like instantly he's comfortable with me, now we're friends, and this is a relationship that I've had for 10 years now, you know what I mean? So I just think like, it is simple as trying to play in the sandbox with people, and that gets lost, yeah.
I 100% agree. A little respect, that song, stream it, straight. But yeah, I totally agree, you know, you do want genuine connections when you're networking, whether it's for business or for personal reasons. And it does get a little lost in the sauce there sometimes with people's intentions. Mm-hmm. So I can fully understand that. So B. Davis.
Yeah, they pretty much said everything.
Well, I have a new question for you.
In 2 answers, they pretty much
I have a new question for you.
checked off all the boxes. Okay, go ahead. New question, thank you.
We don't do questions 3 times here unless it's just a really great question. Okay.
And I just want to say, like Klokwize said, I've been knowing these 2 people for a long time. I've been knowing Klokwize for now over 20 years.
Yeah, that's great.
And this is the same dude I met in high school. Like the same type of enthusiasm. And that's what networking is about. It's about being yourself and being genuine on day one, right? Like we all big up our day ones. And sometimes, you know, like you said, playing in the sandbox, you get into new sandboxes. You might, get into a new lane. Every new room is a new sandbox, so those could be your new day ones. You know what I'm saying? So on that day one, you want to be your genuine self.
So with that being said, how are you able to tell the difference between a genuine connection and potentially a networking person that just is kind of wasting your time?
I think support. It's hard to fake support. It's easy to like a post. It's easy to comment on a post. It's easy to share a post. But we're all creators, and we all put up posts that nobody shared, nobody liked, nobody commented, or maybe we didn't get as many likes and comments that we wanted, or as many shares that we wanted. Or the people that, showed up to the event, it wasn't quite the number that we wanted. But the people that did show up, that's real support. And those are the people that's genuine. Those are the people that really are there and really are a part of your network that you can depend on. And I think that's the biggest difference in support.
Absolutely, I 100% agree. Support is big. There's a lot of different ways that you can support people. Social media is a way to support. So when we talk about social media, Beth, where do you feel like the most valuable support lies when it comes to social media specifically?
Oh, that's a good question. So I definitely feel it's all of the above. Commenting, sharing, DMing the person, like, hey, I saw your flyer. I'm gonna spread it through my own networks. But I'm very old school, so I definitely do believe it's showing up. Us three here, we've been a part of events in the past, and you'll kind of see who's always coming out to the same events, supporting the same people. So I know social media is big, so it's easy just to like, comment, share. But now it's showing up. It's not COVID years no more. Don't hide in your house, come outside, So I definitely think you have to just show love, like just sharing it with your own networks, commenting, but showing up.
Absolutely. Klokwize.
Yes.
Michelle.
So when we talk about social media, we know the other side of it is the showing up. So how do we get these people who show up to support us to also show up for us on social media?
It's true. It's like one of the main things if you look at marketing and like the science and the way it's studied is one of the main goals of marketing is to get people to do a specific result that you want them to do. So if it's like, if the end result that you want is for them to buy a ticket to your tour, you kind of like, the way you spend your social media or your outreach, even in person, it's like that's what you're leading people towards. If your goal is to get people to stream your album so you have really good first week numbers or whatever it is, like I just feel like sometimes we're trying to do like 10 things and just blow up. And like, what does that mean? Like my clip blew up. And like, okay, but what did you tell people to like do with it? Or you know what I mean? What is the continued, like the call to action and the relationship? So that's, I think like, it's a little easier if you can refine it on what your goal is that week in both in social media and in person and driving that,
I agree. To add to that, so when you're in public performing, you typically bring something with you, so everybody knows it's you on stage. Can you talk a little bit about how that helps grow your
banner?
Yes, because it's great and that's branding. So can you please talk a little bit about how you started doing that and making sure you bring it to every single gig?
The banner is so good, and if you get there, like if it's a music festival or something, and you get there and you see us loading up, you will see me with my duct tape and someone helping put it on the background. And for the 10 seconds of like feeling silly that up there with the duct tape, for that 10 seconds, it's so worth it for the hour that people are walking by and seeing how to spell the name. It's got the @ on it, because like it's sort of like if a tree falls in the woods and is anyone there to hear it? Like that whole thing. Like if you guys walk by and see my show at a park or an opening or wherever we are, and you didn't do a result, like look up on Spotify or follow me or do it, tell anyone about it, then like, did you know what I mean? Did you squeeze the juice out of that show? So like, my mother was a publicist, so that's where some of this, I was lucky because my mother is like in that mindset. And so she had me go on vistaprint.com. So that's for everyone out there that needs a cheap banner. She had me go on vistaprint.com for the first one, and it was very cheap, and I just uploaded my logo, and it came in the mail. And all I need to bring is the roll, banner, and like duct tape. And it just, then everyone can type it in as they're enjoying it at the show, which, makes a big difference.
I love that. So, publicist mom, that's the goal. Okay, got it.
I got lucky.
The keys to life. So DJ B. Davis, on the same token, as a DJ, you're out in public, you do a lot of gigs, and you have this beautiful microphone in your hand most of the time. So you plug yourself, right? You drop your drop like this is DJ B. Davis, however. How is it that you captivate your audience and make sure that you can network them while still being behind the DJ booth?
I think delivering a good product every time you see me, like Klokwize said, a lot of it is the keys to marketing, and I know that you just can't show somebody something one time and expect them to, want to go get a ticket or stream your album. I think it has to be like 7 times or something like that, right? So it has to be a lot of times that somebody sees you out and they're like, oh no, he dope. I gotta be wherever he at. So I mean, for some people it's more than 7 times. Like I've impressed them more than 7 times, and for some people it's less than 7 times. So I know that every time I'm outside, I know that I'm trying to impress the whole room, if that makes sense.
That definitely makes sense. I feel like the fortune is in the follow-up. That's like my main mantra. Like, if you don't follow up with people, they're never really gonna know if you care that they support you a lot of the times. But, so that's as a DJ, but you do multiple things, right? Producer and podcaster and on the radio. How does your brand carry over from role to role?
I think just being a fixture in hip hop in the scene in Connecticut, it carries over. Somebody might see me on Thursday at the radio station doing an interview. Like literally, an artist might see me on Thursday at the radio station, at the club on Friday, at the studio with bass on Saturday. Sunday they might see me podcasting. So it's like if you outside and you're an artist, you're gonna run into B. Davis, and I think that's what's kept me relevant and kind of made my name transition through all the avenues that I wanted to.
I love that answer. Thank you. That's great. So Miss Beth, you also do quite a bit of things. You're always outside. If you're not outside, you're supporting the outside. So can you tell us a little bit about the Beth Hustle and how that brand helps other people's brands also be visible?
So the Beth Hustle is just a brand that spun off a couple of years ago. I want to say like less than 10 years. But recently, just a year and a half ago, I created the Hustle calendar, which just showcases different events. It could be business professional events. It could be date nights, solo, you and your friends, kids, family, doesn't matter. But there's so much creativity in Hartford, in Connecticut. And everybody's like, Clarissa, how did you hear about this? Or Clarissa, I saw you were here. I didn't know about that. So I said, you know what? I can't text everyone. I can't DM everyone. So let me just create this calendar that's going to support small businesses, because I'm a business developer. So I'm really into entrepreneurs and business owners in Hartford to highlight their events, their grand openings, but then also entrepreneurs like you guys, where you might just need that extra push of people that don't know there's an event happening. And not just to Hartford County, but just people that are coming from outside of Hartford, and they just want to have fun. They want to come to the Bushnell Park. They want to come to Piggy's. Thank you for hosting us.
Yeah.
So just different events, but a lot of people don't know where to find them. So I just created that calendar, and a year and a half later, it's still going, and people love it, and there's more coming, so.
That's really great that you do that because it's like a platform for people. Do you feel pressures of keeping up with it?
Yes.
So, with that yes, what kind of pressures come with that? Like what is, branding is super important. We all know that's what we're here for, networking and branding, right? But when it gets super hard, how do we continue to manage?
So the reason why I said yes like that, just like our fabulous host said earlier, I was very much behind the scenes for a lot of years, supporting artists, supporting DJs. But now that I am the platform, and people are like, hey Clarissa, I didn't see your calendar go up today. I'm like, it's coming. Or there's not a lot of events to post, because I'm not posting just any random event. It has to make sense. It has to be an event that I will go to before I start promoting it. It has to be a business that I support, a restaurant that I eat at, a bar that I come to, because my networking is genuine. I maintain these relationships. I have a lot of public figure business partners now, so I'm not just gonna put anything up there so it has to make sense. So the pressure comes in where there's not a lot of events, or just like the timing. Like I have to stick with a schedule so people know, okay, on Tuesdays or Sundays, I can see it on her page or on the platform. So I think that's what everybody struggles with, is keeping up with your brand schedule so people don't get lost. And like the algorithm changes a lot. So I'm like, I posted this a couple of weeks ago and you guys are just now seeing it. So
Super difficult. I personally am not a fan of algorithms and social media, but we have to work through them to get where we need branding wise, and that is hard. But it's good to know that there is a downside and an upside to it. There is a lot of work that goes behind building a brand. So I'd like to pose the next question to Klokwize. In the beginning of your career as Klokwize, how did you start the brand?
Man, well, I will say it like this because I think about this a lot, is there's folks that when they start a project, they get all the pieces together, they get the pictures together, they get the music, everything perfect, they test it, they figure it out, and then they launch it. Then there's the people that have part of that going and just launch it and just build the plane while it's in the air. And I was 16, 17 when the first tape came out. I was lucky that people in Connecticut would record me and thought I had something interesting going on. And so I was in high school with B. Davis. I used to use the high school photocopier machine and print as many as they would let me before I'd get caught. I'd print flyers to the show, or go to MySpace. I'm dating myself here until I go get the music. But I was building the plane while it was in the air. And I don't always recommend that, but now I've been at it it's been so many years since then I haven't, that's true, I haven't fallen out of the sky yet. Yeah. So, but that's what I would recommend to people is the first impression is you'll never get it back. There might be people that were introduced to Klokwize on my first mixtape when I didn't have a budget or the cover wasn't good or whatever, but I'd love them to meet me now, right? But you're not always gonna have that, you don't know when people are gonna get that impression of you. So consistency, like B. Davis said, and that's my advice to people is before you launch something, really decide if you have it all put together already, you could really explode as opposed to building it while you go. But that's gone okay.
Please add to that.
So I was a witness to everything you just said at 16, 17, and I was the kid that he would freestyle for, and I'd be nah, you got it. Nah. Yo, do you tell people your name, your rap name before Klokwize?
I don't. Well, which one was I going? There was a couple.
I remember Sweet and Low.
That's what you guys
Yeah. Was that our name? Was that just our name?
That was just what you guys named me, which was good.
I thought that was his actual rap name.
I like it. No, they were good. We sit at lunch with these cats. It was good.
But like you said, man, the first impression is everything, and even you putting it together while the plane was in the sky, it showed your enthusiasm for getting things off the ground. And like you said, he never stopped. He never stopped. So definitely, man, salute for real.
I appreciate that. Oh, let me say.
No, that's great.
And I'll say one last thing, which is that you know, I've gotten further than I ever thought, and that's what I will say. It's like it's amazing. So like being able to work with some of the artists that I'm working with, or to be on television, or to be on Warped Tour and things like that. Like you can do it, you know, wherever you start. Just keep driving, just keep trucking, you know, whatever pieces you have in front of you. I didn't have all the pieces in front of me at the beginning, but you can add to it. And it is crazy, you can surprise yourself, so, yeah.
I mean, since you have the mic, when we talk about, I feel like, I don't want to get a clock interview, but when we talk about, you know, building it in the sky though, that's like so important because I feel like the average entrepreneur is building in the sky. I feel like we don't always have the pieces together ahead of time, and it's important to know that we really are doing that. It's not like a sit down, okay, I have to put this Lego piece here and things like that. So while building in the sky and meeting these prominent figures, Sugar Free, DJ Quick, how do you feel in rooms like that when you don't really feel like your brand is full?
It's a tough experience because like you want to be a success, and you feel like when you're a songwriter and things are, especially if things are going well and you have things that you feel good about, you start to feel like you're a genius and you can just fit into all these boxes, right? And so like I found when I was in California, I started feeling like I must be really good at writing songs because all these people here are Muslim, so I'll fit into whatever molds people needed me to be in. And like, I just think you can lose your special sauce like that. And so like, I had a lot of good successes with different people like that, and I've had a lot of records that went well, but I also think like, one of my regrets if I was to go and write for like a big label system like that again is I would trust myself a little more, and I would like, trust that if I thought something was like interesting or exciting, or you know, even if it wasn't the most commercial idea I ever had, I think I would follow those a little more because you get stuck into like what you think people are gonna buy, right? So yeah, if that's the answer.
Great answer, absolutely. So B Davis, you are on Titanium Radio every Thursday from 6 to 9 p.m.
Yes.
Okay. Making sure I got the times right. So, he's talking about networking in rooms with people and not even having, you know, your brand fully set, making sure that you bet on your brain because you know you're there for a reason. On the radio station, I feel like you have a lot of brands coming through to interview. So, as a brand yourself, how do you make sure to highlight their brands and also to continue to support them? What does your platform do to continue to support these artists?
So you asking, what do we do to continue to support?
Yeah.
After the interview?
Yeah, those people's those people's brand. I'm talking like, sorry, I forgot a microphone. But yes, how do you continue to support those people's brands while using your brand?
I mean, by showing up. Like we said before, by supporting, whether it's on social media, sharing their post in the Titanium Radio story, whether it's showing up to events, whether it's being a part of events like this, where we can collaborate. I feel like one of the most interesting things that social media has done is the collaboration option, so that we can, you know, join our platforms together. So, you know, you can make a post and put it on my page, I can make a post, put it on your page. I think that's beneficial to everybody, and I think that's what we should be doing more of in real life. You know what I'm saying? So, just collaboration, that's all.
Absolutely. So with that being said, how do you determine which brands come onto your platform?
That's a tough question because there's a lot of different factors that go into it. I think number one is personal relationships. Like if we know you from the community, from the neighborhood, from the community, from the city, and we know you from doing good things already, then you're kind of in the top slots of like priority type of thing. You know what I'm saying? if you somebody that's hot, quote unquote hot in the street, somebody that's being talked about, that's gonna get you, you know, a spot. There's a lot of different things that could go into it, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, basically.
So people need to stay ready so they don't have to get ready.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it never hurts to just reach out. Because you don't know if we've been watching you and we're interested in you, we just don't know how to make that connection. So, you know, reach out.
That's so true. I feel like it still goes back to like betting on yourself, like making sure you know that you should.
A lot of people feel overlooked. Yeah. And it's not that they're overlooked, it's that most times they haven't reached out. And you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, have you reached out? And they're like, nah. So what do you mean? Like, are they supposed to reach out to you? It doesn't always work like that. Sometimes it does, but it doesn't always work like that. So shoot your shot. Shoot or shoot. Stay in the gym. Shoot or shoot.
100%. I love that. Shoot or shoot. Listen, y'all. Shoot or shoot. Okay? It's true. All right. So, Miss Beth, I had a question for you. I like shoot or shoot. That. Yeah, let's wrote it down. It's okay. Right. I feel like it was extremely relevant. So let me just look at my notes. Pardon me. Okay. So, sorry about that. How do you create brand loyalty with your audience?
So it goes back to your personality, being genuine. It's funny because as he was talking, I got interviewed by him maybe like 8-9 years ago. And I told him, I was like, hey, I'm leaving the music scene. It's not working out. I'm going to stick with my 9 to 5, which is real estate. And I'm going to make my own lane. Fast forward, I'm still doing it. And the brand got bigger. But I really feel it goes back to just being genuine. When people really fuck with you, they're going to fuck with you. If you're not bullshitting, people are going to tell, like, no, that's a real artist, that's a real entrepreneur, that's a real business person.
It's a real person.
Yeah, person.
Like, you don't switch up. Because a lot of people do that. They switch up on you, too. Like, he's not playing my record on the radio. Or, I asked him to be on the feature. He said, no, be consistent. Like, don't just show up one time for that one person. Like, if people really genuinely like you, they're going to support you. And then even if you switch your brand, I could have went into something else. I feel like people would still support me because they know where I'm coming from and like where my heart and my intentions are.
So do you feel like when you made the switch from music to real estate that you held on to your original audience of supporters? Or did you have to do a bunch of cold calling? Like, how did you transition?
No, it's been the same because I've always had that same type of personality. So it wasn't something new. It was just I'm not doing events anymore, or I'm not known as that person's publicist. It's more of like I'm gonna get to my bag, and it's not in the events music scene, but I'm gonna come back to it. It's always been marketing. It's always been communication. It's always been my background. But now I'm adding the business side of it. So I could go back to eventually doing what I love, which is creating events or being a part of events. So it wasn't like completely like a switch. Yeah.
That's great. That's good motivation for people. I've seen people get discouraged from transitioning industries because they don't think people are going to support them in their new brand, and then they don't do it. You know, so. Important, very important lesson right there. Thank you for that. Klokwize. Yes. I like this. We're kind of, oh no, we're going counter. Sorry. Anyway. So, Klokwize. When we talk about Klokwize, we see this human on earth. We see this rapper, freestyler, big energy. I think the first time I saw you was at Sully's. Back in the day. Yeah, that was a good time. Those were good times back then. But more recently, you didn't necessarily switch or transition from your brand, but you've added backpacks. Mm-hmm. So what was that like for you being a solo, independent artist, got collaborated with some amazing artists, including Miss Ysanne, our curator tonight, into Backpack, which is a whole brand in and of itself as well.
Yeah, that's such a good question, and it was such like something to think about and decide what the strategy or what the course was with the steering wheel, because like Backpack, there's things about it that suit the Klokwize brand, because it's very like thoughtful and positive and fun, and like it's not it doesn't run at odds with the Klokwize brand at all, but it also adds things that aren't in the Klokwize brand, like breakdancing or graffiti or battle rap or like those things. So I had to sit there, because like there's Hydro, there's Tank Sauce, there's Self-Suffice, there's all the people we feature, and the Backpack thing as a show, it's like a sort of like a slaughterhouse, like super group kind of thing. So it's, you get 25% me and 25% a bunch of guys, and we do all the music together, and it's a lot of fun. But it's like, how do you keep your 25% brand voice in that if it's a group, you know? So I started realizing like there's a lot that does intersect. So cool, you know, like Backpack is huge at like skate parks and skateboarding and stuff, and my fans were already like at skateboards and skate parks, and like Klokwize fans are at coffee shops, they're at poetry clubs. Backpack is also good there. So it was finding like what is not at odds, what can we intersect and like make, maybe if you're a fan of me that is a different demographic from any of us here. Maybe you're, so I picked you up, I played Six Flags, picked you up somewhere, and you're a Klokwize fan. How do I not scare you or throw you off with this other thing? And so yeah, and it has worked out. And like, then for me, the benefit of it, like that I've been able to see, is so many people from those other people that have found a way into my music. So like in a nutshell, what I got out of it, I guess too, is that it's made people like reappraise the Klokwize discography or reappraise me, and maybe they didn't know if I was their cup of tea, and there's people that have reappraised that, and like, so that's been awesome. So yeah, you can always add to it if you find the right way. Yeah,
I love that. Building on your brand separately, but in a way that I feel like still elevated your yourself as well as your super group, the Hartford Blues.
It helped them. So it helped me. I mean, so much. So shout out to them. It helped me so much. Seriously, Backpack has been an awesome thing. It's been like a new day.
That is so awesome. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Miss Beth. So, my question to you, did you feel like you were, because I'm curious about the music background that I don't know too much about from you. So did you feel like when you were in more of the music background side that it was more difficult to balance some of your networking? Like, not necessarily maintaining your audience, but did you have to sit back like, okay, this is still part of me, still being genuine. Sorry, I'm trying to phrase the question properly. I can see it, but the words aren't wording the way I need them to. But basically, did you feel like you had to change your processes behind the scenes in order to properly network in your industry now? Or even with the evolution of social media, like, have you seen a change?
I would say more on the business side, because I've always had been working close with the business owners, club owners, promoters, but it was more now like I'm not representing an artist, or I'm not representing this event itself. I'm representing myself. So I think that was more of like a change. But I'm from here. I was born and raised here, so it was very easy. Now, it would have been different if I left and then came back, and then people are like, wait, what did she do, or who is she, or, so I think that's the part. You want to keep your connections still strong.
We have about maybe one more question then.
All right, well, one more question and then.
Or, if whatever, 5 to 10 more minutes.
All right.
Thanks for asking.
Rolodex of questions here. DJ B. Davis,
Yes.
How do sponsorships and partnerships fit into your branding strategy?
Oh man, that's a great question. I just had an event, a 420 Easter egg hunt, adult Easter egg hunt. Michelle Bee was a DJ. I had DJ Rome. It's B. Davis and Friends, right? So it's interesting that you asked what part did sponsorships play and partnerships play in that. B. Davis and Friends was all about partnerships and sponsorships from communities that we've collaborated with in the past through Titanium Radio, through myself, just different personal relationships. So moving forward, I was telling Klokwize before, the panel that 420 event was a success. There was a lot of people, pretty much 80% of the people that was there, I didn't know. And yeah, that was dope to me. At first, I was kind of disappointed, like, where my people at? But then I thought about it, like, yo, these my new people. You know what I'm saying? So, in the part that bringing new people, new faces, and giving them, items, products from, whether it's Seek Therapy, whether it's Bug Creations, just different local businesses is the epitome of what I want to do, basically, is, make this scene bigger, bring more visibility to these local businesses through B. Davis and Friends, through these fun events. And, I think everybody could win, everybody could be successful.
So important. Your partnerships are not always who you think they're going to be.
No.
Along with your audience.
Right. You don't get to choose who your audience will be. Yeah. It's I want to say it's unfortunate, but that's just how it goes. It's just the way it goes. You don't really get to choose your audience. You want to always give them the quality and great events and safe, fun environments, but you don't get to choose who's going to come and participate. But you want to always give them a good time. So I think that's important. And having more sponsorships, having more brands available to those new eyes, new people, I think is very important to make this whole community grow.
Absolutely, 100%. I love that. I personally like to write grants, so I feel like those kind of sponsorships and grants kind of go in with that, but it really just broadens your network at the end of the day. And when you solidify your brand and when you keep building your value, it just speaks for itself.
Absolutely.
Pretty awesome. That was a great event, by the way. I heard a lot about it after I left, so that's awesome. So I would love to open the floor if anyone in here has any questions for our panelists in regards to networking, branding. Yes, Michael in the building. Hold on, I got you. It's Vanna Brown. Yes.
Peace and blessings. I'm Mike Johnson. Mr. Davis. Mm-hmm. I wanted to know how would one basically get a partnership with you, or how would someone look to say, hey, I want to do some work with him, he's doing local black business, yada.
Yeah, I mean, it's as simple as a conversation, honestly. It's as simple as a conversation, exchanging social media and logging in from there. Once we logged in on social media, unfortunately these days, like, we're a part of each other's lives. So if we got each other on Instagram, I'm gonna see what you up to every day alongside what you're gonna see what I'm up to every day. So I feel like from then, we'll be able to decide, mutually if we want to really, rock with each other. And like you said, like, if you have a black business, local black business, what do you do? If you don't mind me asking.
I run a business with my daughter called It's Just Common Sense. We sell fragrance oils. We are sticklers at trying to have the best quality oil we can get.
Yeah, that's dope. And that business sounds like it has a story. So, I mean, I feel like that would be a good interview. How old is your daughter?
She's 10.
She's 10. How long have you been doing it?
This is year 2.
Okay. That's dope. Nah, like, in the the future, you know, we're looking to have a Memorial Day event or a July 4th event. I mean, that's definitely an opportunity for us to collab, you know, even if it's not just an event, maybe an interview, maybe, you know, something, I follow you, Titanium Radio, we post you in the stories or something like that. It's a lot of different ways to collab and support each other these days, so let's definitely lock in.
I appreciate it.
All right?
Great. Always shoot your shot. Shoot. Any other questions in the audience?
Hi, my name is Kirsten Johnson. Clarissa, that's my girl. We just got connected maybe coming up on a year now. And so I've been attending her event, she's been attending mine. So definitely aligns with what you guys been saying, just showing up and being there for people. But you were talking about the music scene, because that she's my girl. What is the music scene for you back in the day? What is that?
I'm gonna have to drop that interview.
Yeah. You gotta put them on.
I need to add to that because I know you for a while. I never knew this.
I deleted all those photos.
They never had fame.
Not you deleted all the photos.
I had to rebrand.
You're right.
I'm sitting with the mayor. No. So young Clarissa, out of college, my whole thing was I wanted to be a publicist in the music industry. So I've always had been wanted to go into the marketing, branding, but it was more for artist management. So I used to do events. I used to manage and be a PR for one of the DJs out here. So for 10 years, we were literally doing events all over Connecticut, DJ rap battles, art events. A lot of these artists, you guys would know them now, and I met them with maybe 200 followers, and I'm like, yo, you're mad talented, let's go here. Or back when we had Sully's, we used to do events there, we used to do events at Jay's Bar, but all of these relationships, I would come in, meet with the owner, I'm like, hey, we're gonna do events here, Friday nights, Saturday nights, you're gonna make money, we're gonna make money on the door, I'm gonna help your business grow, and we just need the platform. We need the stage, we need the sound. So that's where I came in. And I did that for 6-7 years. I was 21, 22, all the way until maybe 27, 26, I think. And then that's when I had this epiphany. I'm like, all right, Hartford is cool, Connecticut is cool, but it's not New York, it's not LA, it's not Florida, it's not a consistent thing. And I'm like, yeah, I have to finish school, I have to get my career really going, because it's not sustaining itself. But yeah, that's what I used to do back in the day. That's how I met Ysanne. We would do events. It would be one person there and she was singing her ass off. And I'm like, she's so talented. So that's what gave me that drive and that energy. I wanted to see people win. A lot of them moved out of Connecticut. I know JJ's in Florida, a big artist. He's a creative, literally an artist. And then you have Annoyed. He's doing it big too. Michi, he's doing it big here still locally, but those are the stories that I like to see from the beginning in 2009, 10, 11 till now. I'm like, yo, you guys are in your careers, thriving. And I was behind the scenes, but I saw it from the beginning because I saw your potential to where you are now.
Oh, yes. Any other questions?
Hi, my name is Ysanne. I know. I have a question. What products that we can talk about that you guys are working on now, and longevity, when you see yourself for the future?
Let's see. So, I have an album that, just came out recently that if you haven't streamed it yet, Ysanne's on it, lots of good tank songs, lots of people from Connecticut are on it, called Human on Earth, so check that out. So I'm working on something with that. I was just telling B. Davis, I'm like, it's, the press release stuff hasn't gone out yet, but I'm working on a film And it's like been, at this point, it's really like trucking along, and there's a crew, and there's a team and a director and cast, and we have some people you know from like TV that are circling it, and like Connecticut is a place where like you look at it and you go, okay, we see them shooting the Hallmark ones all the time, we see them shooting the horror ones all the time, the mafia ones get shot here, all that stuff. So I didn't know anyone on that side of the business. I didn't have any in, but I was like, I'm just gonna start writing down crazy things that happen to me in the music industry and putting it together. And like, you can teach yourself stuff, and like, so basically you can like have a lot of money and throw it at it, or you can come at it from like teach yourself stuff and try to come out with something interesting. And so that's where I'm at now, where there's like people picking that up and that's getting shot. So in Connecticut, if you guys are here, keep an eye on the Klokwize page. If you see a thing go up to come be in a movie or whatever, we're gonna do some open things. Come out, because that's looking cool. So that's what's coming up for me. But in general, I think for everyone, it's like just keep driving. My 5-year advice or whatever long-term advice for anyone is just keep driving. Like there are so many reasons to get out of the ring, but there's those reasons that keep you in it, and like that's what you gotta try to wake up and go to bed with, for real. Like, yeah.
Great answer. Would you like to add to that?
Oh, she wants
Yeah.
That was a question for all of us?
for all of us? Okay, yeah. So for me, the hustle calendar is growing. So I will be launching a agency consulting firm where if you are a business owner, an entrepreneur, somebody that has events like this, and you will like me to showcase it on my calendar, on my platform, I will be launching that. So it is expanding to that point where people want to be on there. So I'm very happy about that. And then more of my digital content. So I do a lot of real estate digital content for those that are looking for an apartment, those that are moving out for the first time. So I'm just pushing that out more. So people not just in Connecticut, but people outside of Connecticut can benefit. So follow me, The Beth Hustle, all social networks, and then on my Etsy shop as well. So if you are looking, or if you have somebody that's looking for an apartment for the first time, they could go on there, see the questions that you should be asking. So everything's very digital now.